Carolina. Welcome to Open Up Forum. We talk about anything and everything and give you a guys a perspective on it. I'm here today with Rob, Little Lion here, of course, co-host, my man, Ronald McConaughey. And we also is grace our presence today is Matt.
Producer.
Yeah. So I just want to open up with, and of course, I'm Sean Wilson. I just want to open up today, February. The month of February is known as Black History Month. And I think we just want to talk about Black history.
Yes.
Roots and Receipts is the title, but
Black history, roots
and receipts. So what I want to do today is just talk about. We're going to talk about today some honorary people that we just picked. We just picked some honorary people we want to recognize today on the show.
Can we only have to keep it to this, or can we?
I mean, we're going to elaborate on it. We could keep it to this. We'll start off keeping it to this, and then we can elaborate.
Yeah, there's going to be so much that's going to be added to it.
Yeah, but shouldn't we just do one and elaborate off the one?
No, I'm just saying,
we
got two people that we're going to do, and then we got some events that happen in the United States that we're going to elaborate
affected the entire world.
Yeah, affected the entire world. So what I want to start off with today, because we're going to honor Carter G. Woodson from the male point of view, and from the female point of view, we're going to honor who you got there, Ronnie?
Claudette Colvin.
Claudette Colvin, okay. So we're
card number 10.
Yeah.
What card number is yours?
Mind your business.
What card number is that?
It's a number that's.
I have my glasses on. I can't
number
make
9.
Oh, where's number 1? Do you remember who's number 1?
Number 1 was an event. Tell you the truth.
Number 1 was.
It's card number 7, volume 1.
Yeah.
And this is card. This is number 1, volume 1.
Huh?
We're getting off the topic already.
I told you that's the event. Right. It's an event.
Yeah.
That's number 1.
All right, let's go on.
All right. So what I want to do, I'll take the lead. I'm going to take the lead, and I'm going to read.
Carter G. Woodson.
Carter G. Woodson. He was born December 19th, 1875. April 3rd, he passed away April 3rd, 1950. He was an historian, author, and journalist. In 1903, he earned his BL, well, I guess that's the bachelor's degree, from Berea College. In 1908, he earned his master's in history from University of Chicago. In 1912, he earned his doctorate in history from Harvard University, which is, I didn't know. He went to Harvard.
A lot of those schools, man, a lot of people, because history was hijacked, a lot of people didn't know that African Americans were actually going to prestigious schools.
Right, exactly.
Before they started, passing those codes and cracking down on them codes.
Yeah. So here, and also, he co-founded the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, later known as Association for the Study of Afro-American Life and History.
What year was that?
In 1915.
1915. Okay,
yes.
Good.
He authored The Miseducation of Negro in 1933.
I gotta get that book.
I got it.
I gotta get that book.
One of the most important books of 20th century.
Excellent book.
Yeah. Established the Journal of Negro History in 1915. So he did both. And finally, he launched the celebration of Negro History Week in 1926, eventually expanded and renamed Black History Month. Yep. And that's Carter G. Woodson. I just strongly advise people to look him up. We got flashcards here just to give brief introductions to the honorees, but sounds like he was a great man, journalist, historian, and author. Sounds great, man. I didn't know he went to Harvard. Like you said, we didn't know a lot of Black people went to prestigious schools as Harvard and Yale and Brown.
It's what we do.
Yeah. I mean,
it's what we do.
I mean, we contribute to history, which our current administration is trying to eliminate from. I ain't want to go there. I was gonna wait till
You
the
have
end.
no choice but to go there with everything that's going on. I mean,
But-
this administration is trying to take over, but
Exactly, and I think it's very important that we have this history to encourage our youth, and let them know that they can be anything whatever they want to achieve in life, they can achieve it because it's proof in history. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
to the point of them being smart enough to go to these prestigious schools, because it really wasn't about just having money. It was about having the work ethic,
Mhm.
the study ethic,
Right.
because they have the intelligence. They got the drive, the intellectual drive.
Mhm.
History reveals, and it's been covered, it's been hidden, but it's there. If you just research it, you'll find it.
Mhm.
History has revealed that African Americans, man, we have always had somebody, a group of people at that had the ability to graduate high school early,
Mhm.
graduate college early.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So what they call prodigies today, it was normal for us back in the early 1800s, early 1900s, the mid 1900s. I don't think that we started falling off with that until like maybe the 1930s, 1940s.
Mm. Mhm. Mhm.
I think that's when we started falling off with that. I think education has always been a focal point for the Black family
Mhm. Yes. Especially in the
because,
early years.
yes, because they wanted their children
Right.
to excel,
Yeah.
because that was one of the things that we were denied.
Mhm.
We were
Yep.
denied our
Exactly.
education.
Exactly.
So I applaud that, brother, Carter G. Woodson. I applaud that.
Yes.
I mean, I got to get that book. I got to read that.
Yeah.
Got to read that.
I agree. I agree.
Because we had some
Because-
great minds back in the 1900s. Like,
We still got
at the
great
time,
minds.
we
Yeah,
do,
we still-
we do.
we
But
do.
at that time, we had a collective think tank.
Mhm.
Yeah, W.E. Du Bois. Yeah, Booker T. Washington.
Booker T.
We had all of these great thinkers, and they didn't all agree
Mhm.
on the process of of how to go about doing these things. Booker T had his views, and he had his people that was in his camp, and W.E. had he had his views. So, but when they
Marcus
all came
Garvey,
together,
plenty of people that
when they all came together, though,
Mhm.
they all had a common goal,
right.
Right.
and that common goal, and I said this before,
Rise up, Black man.
Mhm.
bring us all up to the next level.
Yes.
Every single one of us. How that saying go? Each one teach one.
Yeah. Each one teach one.
And I have Claudette Colvin, September 5th, 1939. She was born, and she just passed in this year. I think it was January.
Mhm.
And she
Mhm.
passed here in January. So she was a pioneer of the civil rights movement.
Yep.
She was 9 months before Rosa Parks. On March 2nd, 1955, at 15 years old, she refused to move from her seat on a Montgomery-bound segregated bus. She had paid the fare and felt it was her constitutional right to board the bus.
Mhm.
She was dragged off the bus, handcuffed, and taken to an adult jail,
Mhm.
which was not uncommon,
Right.
because what they
I
used to
see what
do
you're saying.
with this was a part of the tactics that they used. Because keep in mind, in the 1950s in Mississippi, in Alabama, and all those parts in the South,
Southern.
the Klan was dominant.
Oh yeah.
And much like the organization of the government today,
Mhm.
that's how they operated. That's how they operated.
Mhm.
They had judges, they had police officers, they had police chiefs, they had lawyers, they had the whole system. They had senators,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
I mean, they had the whole system pretty much on lockdown.
Mhm.
So when they took her off the bus, they handcuffed, they took her to an adult jail. And I find out this is not the first instance of this. They had many instances where they took young teenage people, African Americans,
Mhm.
and put them in adult prisons and adult jails. You know,
Right.
one of the most horrific stories of that was my man, the youngest kid to ever be executed.
A 14-year-old kid?
14-year-old, I think it was George.
I don't remember his name.
Remember
No, I
that?
know the story.
I think his name was George. I think it was George. We're gonna look into that in a minute.
Mhm.
So Colvin is not much celebrated figure in the African American civil rights movement. Many believe that this is because she was perceived to being darker toned and pregnant. It wasn't the skin color
Mhm.
that was the issue. So y'all just disregard that. Just don't even let that be a
No,
factor.
Some people are going to think that.
It really wasn't the skin color.
Yeah, but some people are going to think
Her
that.
own biographical, her own story from what she wrote on the Wikipedia will tell you that. It was really about the fact that, and she wasn't even pregnant at the time. She got pregnant later. But because she got pregnant later on, they couldn't use her because she wasn't married. She was only 15. She's a teenager. And they didn't want the image to be the factor. People got to understand that the civil rights movement was catapulted, spearheaded, I would say, by the Black church.
Because there were a lot of kids too, college students and high school students and stuff like that too. Don't forget that.
Yes. And so, and
kids were the boots on the ground, you know.
Everybody remembers SNCC, right? Student, what's that? National Student Negro Christian Council. Think about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up because I don't want to get that. I don't want to mess that up.
Grassroots. That's what I was trying to say.
And they did the counter sit-ins and everything. Kids,
college kids,
teenagers, 20s, young 20s.
Her story brought out the fact of the matter that there was a movement because there was a spirit that was underlying everything. We're not going to take it anymore. And that's what she represented. So when Rosa Parks did the same thing, they used Rosa Parks because she's a little bit more of age.
Yeah.
She's a little bit more mature. Thank you. And she had a little bit more of a position because I think she was a secretary for the NCAA. I think she was a secretary for the NCAA and one of the chapters. So they used her.
You mean NAACP?
NAACP.
You're saying NCAA.
That's college football.
It's college football.
My bad. NAACP. Yeah. So she was a secretary for the NAACP and one of the chapters. So they went with her as opposed to going with Claudette. And whether you say that's right or wrong, you got to think about what they were facing. It's an optics thing.
Yeah.
Should she have been included? Yes. Yes, because she is a child. But they knew that they were going to demonize her.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why they went with
it was
Rosa.
More protecting her image than I think putting out there as a celeb. Because they like you said, they probably would have demonized her because of her youth and her getting pregnant out of wedlock.
Yeah, and that confirms it right here because Colvin had a child born out of wedlock at the age of 16. On February 1st, 1956, Claudette Colvin served as the star witness alongside 4 other plaintiffs in the Browder versus Gale case. This landmark federal case, chaired by a 3-judge panel, ended the history of segregation on public transportation in Alabama and other states in America. So we take our hats off to Claudette Colvin. As a teenager, fighting and standing up for her rights. As a teenager, refusing to just settle for. As a teenager, understanding that it was her constitutional, of course, as it says, her constitutional right. And that's what I look at and I see today's society. A lot of people don't understand this constitutional thing. They don't understand this thing, man. There's layers to this. I'm so godly proud of our people during the civil rights movement because, as we said before, we started this thing. We sustained this thing. We opened the door for every illegal immigrant coming into this country. Everything that's going on in society right now today, as far as needing rights and due processes and all of these things that they're fighting for, we experienced that first. You understand what I'm saying? Especially we put that on the treadmill before anybody else. So because of us, we're the OGs of civil rights.
Is it OG?
We're the founding fathers
protesting
of that. And so we know all about protesting. And Black History Month is something that people oftentimes just don't care about it. I think it's losing its luster for a lot of African Americans themselves. I mean, it's embarrassing to me to not want to celebrate your heritage. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Although I do kind of agree with the people that says that this is not just African American history. It's actually American history.
It is.
I do agree with the people that say
I agree with that.
I agree with that because our history is a part of American history.
And I'll say this: if you teach what we're reading, things like what we're reading
Mhm.
in school,
Mhm.
then we wouldn't need a monk. You know what I'm saying? Because they were, I mean, it's so much history that hasn't been written about us
Mhm.
that if they were to write us into the books, I
Mhm.
mean, we could probably, it'd probably be almost unbalanced. We'd probably be, we probably
That's what I'm
invented more
saying.
things in America than
That's a
anybody
fact.
else in America.
So
you know what I'm saying?
You say
But didn't get the rights
you
for it.
say that instead
Right.
of an hour in history class, you'd be 2 hours.
And to add to that,
just try
Yeah.
to teach
there's
the
so
real
much-
history of
Yeah.
America.
just to add to what Rob said, there's so much that has already been done.
Yeah.
That has been written, but has never been taught.
Right.
They've been afraid to teach it.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
And you got an administration right now that's trying to remove all of that. I read this, I don't know if y'all read it, but in Philadelphia, they're removing plaques
Oh yeah.
about, you read about that,
Yeah,
right?
I seen
And I'm sitting there saying to myself,
Moving
What?
plaques about what?
slavery.
yeah, slavery.
Okay.
Just civil rights movement.
Everything dealing
All right.
with
Is that a
yeah.
bad thing?
African American
Yeah, 'cause
history
it's
and the
part of history.
contributions and how we were mistreated in America. Matter of fact, the Medgar Evers Institute, they had the memorial site, right? The house.
Mhm.
They are trying to take the name of the killers being a racist. They're trying to remove racist from the writings because that's how he's described. He's described as racist.
Well, that's what he
That's
was.
his-
I mean,
yeah.
didn't want blacks
so they
to vote.
don't. So
yeah,
the Trump administration
of course he
don't
was a
want.
racist.
They don't want that to be how he's identified. But that's exactly what he was.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's not, if you're white in America, we call it Anglo-American or Anglican American, he's trying to make it, and he said this on a
Wait,
number
which
of-
white do you mean? Because there's two white people in America. There's two groups of white people in America. So you're talking about the whites or the
You said
other
white
whites?
What's-
if
which
it
white
falls
people?
if it falls under the domain of being Anglo or Anglican,
Mhm.
that's what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
because those guys are Anglican.
Because then
There's something else.
you got Anglo-American or Anglican American, and you got Euro-Americans. There's only two types you got here.
Well, you got the Jews. They're not white.
Jews aren't white,
That's what I just said.
but
Just
they're
said Jews aren't white.
they're not considered. Well, they've been accepted in the white brotherhood, but they're not really
No, they're not white.
right. They're not really.
Jewish people are not white people. As a matter of fact, they don't like each other.
They will fall under the Euro-American banner. They will fall under that banner because, if I'm not
Is that
mistaken,
you putting them there, or
no,
they
that's their history putting them there.
their history?
Yeah, their history. Because if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong,
Mhm.
but I believe they're called Ashkenazi,
Yeah, a lot of
and
them are
Ashkenazi is from Europe,
Mhm.
so
Yes.
they will fall under the Euro-American banner. They will be Euro-Americans. So
I don't know.
this
You
administration.
say that. I don't know if they'll take that though and run with it.
Oh, I don't care. I'm just going by what history denotes right there and dictates
Well,
as
this
far
is
as writing.
history that we're talking about.
Yeah, but
we're talking about the white people or the
yeah,
other white
because
people.
they had to become accepted at a point in American history because the Brotherhood would not
when
allow
they started
them.
writing the history books and stuff.
Would
like
not
that,
allow-
it's kind of easy for them.
I'm just saying from what I've researched that I've seen, there was certain groups of people that were not officially allowed from the first time
Mhm.
in
For
the,
the first time.
in the white American Brotherhood.
Mhm.
Italians weren't allowed.
Irish, I don't think.
Irish weren't
No,
allowed. You're
Irish are
correct.
not.
You're correct. Irish and Italian were not allowed. Irish and Italian were not allowed, and Jews. Irish, Italians, and Jews were not allowed in the initial official white Brotherhood of America. So
Mm.
this now puts us all into this category of how did these rights transform? How did they happen?
Mhm.
We've always been fighting for equality.
Yep.
On some level.
Yep.
Outside of the color of our skin, we were fighting for equality financially,
Mhm.
right? Because you had rich people, poor people,
But you also had,
story of the world.
but you also had, like free black people in America, which people really don't talk about.
They still had to fight for equality because they had to fight whether to be accepted as rich. You understand what I'm saying? Because the rich
I
people in
understand what you're saying,
America,
but they were-
and
they
we're
were-
finding this out
they were
today.
free
I'm-
black people,
I'm
and
not-
there were white slaves.
Yeah,
And
we
they don't
know
tell
we
that.
know yeah, we know that. But you know what? It's a shame that a lot of people are finding this out today when it's always been there to be found out.
Mhm. People write the books, they
Rich-
just don't read them for some reason.
Rich people are just as divided as poor people.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Rich
Don't
people
put them
fight
on the
amongst
top.
themselves
Mm-hmm.
like poor people fight amongst themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So African Americans, we got our own diverse groups
Mm-hmm.
of rich and poor and middle class.
Yep.
But I don't see us fighting like other ethnic groups fight among their classes.
Because you got to get together to fight.
If-
I don't think we're together enough.
No, I don't think I don't
He's saying
particularly
amongst each other.
see. Yeah, I don't see
amongst
us
each
fighting
other.
Yeah,
amongst
that's what I'm
each other
saying.
like that.
Yeah, but you see all these people on YouTube and stuff like that, all these black. You see these black people, but they keep arguing against each other, but they won't, try to come together on that one,
Right.
And
that's
the one thing that's important. They won't come together.
and that's going back to what I was saying. That brings me back to this point right here. It's a shame that today. That's okay. It's a shame that today in society, these cultural differences exist, and I feel like our history, which is not just, you can't just hold it down to 1 month. So I agree with everybody on that.
Mm-hmm.
Our history is every single day, but this administration is trying to remove that history. It's the Anglo-American and African American, and Trump said on a number of occasions. Let me finish that statement. He said, "It's all right to be white." Nobody said it. Nobody at any time in American history said it wasn't,
Yeah.
especially not us.
Mm-hmm.
That's never been our point of contention. That's never been our argument. Our argument has always been, and James Brown said it best. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
Yeah.
We have been fighting to be called equal as human beings. Because remember, when slavery was hot and popping in this country, what was their justification for that? We're not human beings.
Yeah. Animals.
We're animals.
Mm-hmm.
We were considered property. We were like chairs and desks and armoires
Mm-hmm.
and pets.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to fight for the right to be called human beings.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I take my hat off to these men and women in the civil rights movement. She's 15 years old. 15. And she took a stand.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Young, brilliant brother, young, brilliant mind.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She was also brilliant. You know why she was brilliant?
Mm-hmm.
I say she was brilliant because she knew it was her she felt it was her constitutional right.
Mhm.
How many young African Americans know their constitutional rights?
That's the bravery too.
And bravery, because she knew the
courage and
backlash
bravery,
she could have gotten beaten.
Mm-hmm.
Severely.
Like my man in Mississippi, I think he was a GI soldier.
Mm-hmm.
He's got on the bus. They beat that man until he was blind.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a veteran.
It happened in Houston too.
We went through some
I
things.
forgot the brother's name.
We went through some things that a lot of people in this country from different ethnic cultures, ethnicities, has never gone through.
Mm-hmm.
We had laws passed because of us.
Yep. Absolutely.
How many people can say that?
Yep. Absolutely.
How many? Chinese can probably say they had one or two,
Mhm.
maybe 4 or 5. I don't know. Well, we got dozens of laws passed because of us.
Mm-hmm.
We were seen as such a threat in this country at one time. They had codes.
Yeah.
They had codes for us.
Mm-hmm.
We've experienced injustice on the level that a lot of these other ethnic groups have no idea. I don't even know how they would have dealt with it if they were in our shoes. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, we know that everybody in this country has been mistreated at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be clear about that. I'm not saying that nobody's been, mistreated. Everybody's been mistreated. I'm just saying we've experienced it on a level that they have not yet experienced it on.
But some of the people
That's what I'm saying.
Some of the people that have experienced it in my opinion,
Mhm.
are getting like reparations now for for
Are you
stuff
talking about the Jews?
Of course, of course. Well,
Are they getting reparations in this country
Yeah, yeah, they get paid here in America. They get paid here in America
by
And
Americans?
supposedly, it's like
I thought the Germans
I think
paid
it's
them.
like $6 to $12 million or something.
Yeah, I thought
like,
that came from the German government, though.
Well, listen, if I'm mistaken, please correct me.
Oh, I got
from
research
what I
to
can
do that.
what I believe that
Mhm.
it's American. I believe it's American.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? They're paying for it here, and it's supposedly it was 6 million killed. There's 6 million over here. They're still paying, right? How if you kill 6 million? What you saying? 6 million got away, and you still paying them?
Well, I think we should
I don't
research.
understand that.
I think
Yeah, we
should
got to do research that because I'm
should
under the
research
impression
it.
from the story that
Then
I
you don't go
read.
the reparation way.
Yeah.
If we see if they say it, it's called a Holocaust. If we say it, they say we crying.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? You can't say anything about them because they're gonna call you an anti-Semite, right? But the thing is, we're not being anti-Semitic. We're just telling the truth.
That's true.
They got paid back. Black folks ain't get paid back. You know what I'm saying? And they still, and then they got a big, large percentage of America. You know what I'm saying? The second largest, what do you call it, populations
Mhm.
of Jews. Number one is they say Israel. Number two is America. Number two populations is America. Now
Well,
we all know that they're not from America.
let me research that because I want to find out.
We all know that they're not from America.
No, we know that.
Yeah, we all know that they're not from America.
See, that's why I was asking the question about how would they be getting paid from America.
Yo,
That's what I'm saying.
how are they?
Because the Holocaust didn't happen here.
No, it
happened over in Germany.
But you know, come on, man. Just think about it. Like I just said, Israel, supposedly the first largest population of Jews, right?
Mhm.
America is number two.
I gotta look that up, man.
Over here, some of
I
them.
gotta
I'm
look
not
that
saying
up.
all of them, but some of them are getting paid. Yo, that's a fact. What I'm telling you right now.
Well, if they're over here and they're getting paid, but I don't think they're getting. What I'm saying is, I don't think they're getting
coming
paid
from
from
the
the
US
United States government.
Correct me if
I
I'm
think
wrong.
that's coming from
Please
Germany,
correct
though.
me if I'm wrong.
That's
But
what
I
the research
believe
got.
that.
Yeah, we'll
it's
research
an
that.
American
We'll
thing.
research that.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
you
right.
talked about
I believe so, man.
reparations
Yeah.
for Black Americans
Right.
as a people,
When
and
we say we crying, when they say they get it, I don't get it. Help
well,
me.
I wouldn't say we crying. They say that.
They say we crying, yeah.
Yeah, they say we crying. I've heard people.
So help me understand.
I've heard Anglo Americans say, Black people need to stop crying about slavery, get over it.
Mhm.
But when you got something like this that
You
just
pay us, we get
happened,
over it.
think about this. Think about this. Think about this. The president of the United States just put up a meme of Barack and Michelle Obama
I was gonna get it
as apes.
What?
Yep.
Run that again?
The president of the United
He said,
States
run that again.
just put up a meme, a picture of Barack and Michelle Obama as apes.
Yep. 8 bodies.
Now he's trying to say there was a whole video, and the video had all these different Democrats and everything. Joe Biden was in there, Hillary Clinton, and they had Trump as a lion. Okay, that's all well and good because the video says that. But that's not the picture that you chose to run with.
Mhm.
You didn't run with an all-inclusive picture. You ran with a picture of just 2 people, both of them Black,
Mhm.
as apes.
Yep.
So forget this justification of the video, because if you wanted to use the video, you would use a collage of all of the people in the video as animals on the same page as a picture, but you didn't. So, and the significance of this is Black History Month.
Mhm.
Also, the significance of it is you're the president of the United States. You should have never let that land on your social page in the first place.
Absolutely.
Given your own history with President Barack Obama and his wife, First Lady Michelle Obama,
Mhm.
given your history with them, you should have never let that happen.
Yeah.
Because when you came out, he was president, and when you came out and started getting into politics, your first thing to do, you and your wife Melania, was attack his birthright citizenship.
Mhm.
They were saying he wasn't American.
Yep.
He shouldn't have been president. He shouldn't have been allowed to run for president because he wasn't American born.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
So if you're trying to say that he's not racist, his actions are telling you he is. And then the policies that he has, Project 2025, we tried to warn y'all.
But he didn't write that though, did he?
What?
Did he write Project 2025?
No,
He didn't write that.
he
right?
didn't write it. But
There
what
was
he did
multiple
was
people
he
who
took and he
wrote Project 20.
it was a group of
It
people,
was a group of people.
and some of them were black.
No, I can believe that.
And
believe
he
that.
took Agenda 47 and based it off of Project 2025. So
Run it
that's
down for the people. What you saying? We know, but let the people know what we're saying.
well, what we're talking about how they wanted to take America and make America white only.
Mhm.
That's basically what it comes down to.
So they started with the immigrants, I guess. So they start with the immigrants first. They're going to get them out of here, and then
Then progress.
Oh, yeah?
Progressing.
Because Trump has
annihilation.
Trump had hinted
Yo.
on a number of occasions. He had hinted on a number of occasions that he wanted to start sending prisoners. Catch on to this. Catch on to what he's saying. He wanted to start sending American criminals, you know, people that are in prison.
Mhm.
He wanted to start sending them out of the country.
Out of the country.
He wanted to start sending them.
Out of the country.
Oh, is that why he
prisons.
wanted Green Line?
No, he wanted Green Line.
He wants
custody.
that for himself.
Yeah.
Oh, they want to leave everybody over here, and he goes to Green Line. Is
I
that?
think his
No.
purpose for Greenland
Go ahead.
is so he could have
I'm sorry if I keep
legacy.
changing it.
I did that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's just
Colonization.
Yeah.
So-
I did
So
So
modern day colonization.
Who do they say
basically.
are the number one group of people, the number one ethnic group right now that is more incarcerated than any other group of people?
Black people.
Black people.
Well, so-called black people.
Right. So what's going to happen if he starts going and emptying out prisons? He's going to start sending prisoners, you know, people in prison. He's going to start sending them to other countries.
Well, that's what they did.
He's
to
going to start
Australia.
sending. You see,
Mhm.
and what does that do with us? That
Right.
takes down our numbers,
Mhm.
right? So the reality is, however, we are not the largest ethnic group in prison. We don't make up the majority of the prison system. That's what they teach everybody, because they use this term called per capita. And I got real interested. I was like, wait a minute. How can you have this statistics where we are the number one in negative in every field? We're number one negatively
Mhm.
in every field that's negative
Mhm.
per capita.
Mhm.
We're not the majority of Americans are not African Americans. They're not black people.
Mhm.
Well, that's what they teach us anyway.
Right?
Yeah.
So that term per capita, that's their get over. We're better than them because for every 100,000 African Americans, you got 300,000 Anglo Americans that are not in that situation.
Mhm.
So that means that they're worse off than we are. That's how we're number one in all of these negative avenues. See,
Right.
So you're
Drop
saying
out.
the stats are lying.
the stats align because they use that quote unquote per capita.
Mhm.
That's their get out.
So you can't trust the stats.
You can't
So when
trust
people
the
go
stats.
around quoting stats,
Right.
you don't trust them.
So what you do is when somebody come with a stat like that, well, you know, African Americans are the most. Ask them this question: is that per capita or straight up? Is it per capita or straight up? Because if it's straight up, Anglo Americans commit more crimes every day than African Americans do. Than
They should.
African. Come on.
If it's supposed to be more than them than us, I mean that's the way it should go anyway.
Prison. You're right.
Because there's no way you're gonna say, "Oh, white people just don't ever do crimes," when the first prisons were made for white people.
That's right.
Wasn't made for us. We had lands and everything like that. We ain't even know nothing about a prison system.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Not here in America.
No.
Not here in America.
Yeah, anywhere. We didn't have prisons. That was a European thing.
Oh,
From what listen. From what I studied, and I studied this myself.
Okay.
Right. From what I studied, right,
mhm.
there were no prisons. I mean, they would take what do you call them? If you lose a war,
Prisoners
what
of
do you call
war,
it?
Prisoners.
captives.
Casualties.
Captives.
Yeah, captives. They would take them
Mhm.
and put them in certain places.
Make them
At
as
times,
they would become what's called wards of the state, wards of the
Listen,
nation, they're wards
listen.
of the country.
at times they would do this, but they didn't have a place
Right.
that they would take and put these people. They didn't. That was a
And-
European. I studied this for myself. That was a European thing.
Until
the first
they
prisons is a European
built until they built what's called a holding.
The first prisons were for Europeans, white Europeans.
I hear you.
Not
I
us.
hear you.
not
but
us. We did not have prison systems. We did not have prison
Well,
systems.
here in America.
And all I could research,
Mhm.
right? Prison systems was not a thing that black folks ever had, ever.
In America.
Well, listen. I'm not speaking on America per se,
Mhm.
but I don't think that there were prisons here when what's his name, Leif Erikson or whatever his
Okay,
name is,
yeah.
and
You some of the Vikings
yeah,
and
I'm
the
talking
North
about the
side.
Vikings
Right,
and when
Yeah.
the Puritans and all that. I
Yeah.
know. I don't think there was no prisons over here. Then. No,
No,
I
there
don't think
wasn't.
no
There
prisons
was,
over here.
but there's
I think if there were prisons over here, the prisons opened up after the Europeans got here.
but
That's my personal opinion.
here's a word that you might want to research because it's very it hints at the system itself of prison. It's called garrison. It's called garrison. Look that up. I mean, research that because garrisons and prisons are very similar, and that's a form of where we now get the extension of the prisons from,
Mhm.
which prisons I think are more horrific than the garrisons were. But
Mhm.
garrisons were bad. They were a bad thing too, but they were held for pretty much people that were doing, like you said, during the times of war. They were
Mhm.
captives. That's where they brought them. They
Mhm.
brought them to the garrison.
Prison
then-
systems is a European concept.
Prison system.
Yeah. That's a European concept. That's a
I
European
can
concept.
understand where you're coming from,
They're-
but every concept has a foundation. You agree with that?
yeah, but just look at this,
All right.
right? Just look at this. They had people, right, hang people from a tree,
Mm-hmm.
right, and they would have like a picnic, and there'd be
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
eating, pointing at the thing. I
It was
mean,
more
come
like a
on,
Yeah.
you
celebration.
cannot tell me
Yeah.
that that's our thing.
No, it's
No,
not
that
our
That ain't
thing.
never been our thing.
No,
Yeah,
it's
You
that,
see
not.
what I'm
that,
saying?
that came
So,
from
so,
Europe.
so,
too,
so
I
if
think.
you want to talk about, some real criminals, some real
Devious,
psychopaths, some
yeah.
real messed up minds,
Mhm.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bring that to the table when you talk about who's got more prisoners and everything like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because if you look at it, they're saying that we're violent.
Mhm.
Always say
They
that.
said
Always say
the
that.
reason why they hate us is because we have a propensity for violence.
But they've been
right?
saying that forever.
No. This is what they say, right?
Mhm.
So I'm saying to myself, well, when do you mean we were violent? Do you mean we were violent when y'all were hanging us from the tree and dragging us behind freaking trucks,
Cutting babies out the womb.
cutting babies out the womb? What's the other thing? What's the other thing?
Cutting babies out the womb while you hanging them from the
Fam,
tree.
fam, put one side on one horse, one side on the other horse, and split the horse
Drawn and
Yeah.
quartered.
and rip the man wide open.
Sicking dogs on them, letting the dogs tear them to pieces.
When did we do any of that?
we
When
didn't.
were we that violent? In
We were
America?
never that violent.
Our protest was peaceful.
Well, we had our
Our
uprisings.
protest,
Yeah, we did have.
yeah, but I'm
We
saying
had our
I'm
own
talking about our
rising.
protests,
Yeah.
our
That's-
protests,
that's
our
mostly 'cause
big
we fought back.
major protests.
Uprisings.
The
come
first
from-
way that we
Well,
rebelled.
if you want to talk about the uprisings, the slaves trying to get
Yeah,
their
yeah.
freedom back,
Yeah,
well,
that's what
yeah,
I'm
that
saying.
happened,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah,
right. That's
Yeah,
what you're
that's
supposed
right.
to do.
That's what I'm saying.
Our first avenue of rebellion was the way first we showed resistance was running away.
Mhm.
Not eating the food. When they captured us, we wouldn't eat. So what they used to do was they would get somebody to hold our mouth and force our mouth open. If we curl our teeth like this, they would take a hammer and they would break our teeth
Mhm.
and put a funnel in the mouth
So
and
you have
force.
to-
Yeah, they force
Yeah,
food
force
down.
feed.
Force feed. So yeah, everything you're saying is true about how they depicted us as being violent.
Mhm.
They still say that today.
But look at history. Look at history and see who's violent.
But
See who
history
did the most. Like
that's why I love history so much, because if you just do the research and read and study, you'll find out that the stereotypes didn't fit the ethnic group. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What they were saying about Black people from the time that we were here and the time that they arrived and the time that other African Americans started to rise up as a nation, because we became our own different people. Once we became what's called Americanized, we began a whole different culture.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't want to be separate from Anglo-Americans,
Mm-hmm.
because that's not what America is about.
Right.
Because you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Want to be a
we
part.
always wanted to be, hey, just respect us.
Yeah.
Just show us and treat us equally.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been our call. So we've always had that cry. We've always had that motivation.
Right.
We've always had that desire, right?
Just treat us as equals.
Just treat us as equals. You know, it was something my father-in-law said when Barack Obama was running for president. He said, "Yeah, I'm a vote for him because this is historical.
Mm-hmm.
This is this should be a turning point."
Mm-hmm.
He said he had a conversation with one of his coworkers. He said he had to tell the coworker, like, I ain't voting for this, I ain't this, that. He said, no, don't worry. He ain't gonna put y'all on boats and send y'all out of the country.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
exactly.
He had to give his coworker back what
Mm-hmm.
the history says they did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the fears of a lot of people, you know, a lot of Anglo-Americans. They was afraid, and Euro-Americans, they was afraid that Barack Obama was going to get into the presidency and pass all these laws that's going to reduce their laws and strip their laws,
Right.
and take away their rights and just favor Black people.
Mm-hmm.
No, you got a president now that's taking away everybody's right.
Mm-hmm.
Free speech is under. We need more Claudette Colvins. We need more Carter G. Woodsons. Right now is the time to get our brothers and sisters up out of trap music, the trap rap and mumble rap and all of that stuff. Use that. You can do it, but use it in a positive manner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can't be out here. We can't be out here glorifying adultery. We can't be out here. We had this conversation last week. We talked about it. Is America too far gone to be a moral nation?
Mm-hmm.
It's time to start working back to the morality that our ancestors wanted us to establish.
Yeah, but then you got to look at who's making the biggest profit off of the rap music and stuff like that, or the movies, the rap. Who's making the biggest profit?
It's all entertainment, but even so, I couldn't tell you who's making the most profit off it. I know that the artists themselves.
The most
Probably the record labels.
I know one thing.
Who owns the record labels?
I know one thing: the artists themselves, they're not getting their fair share of pay.
Mm-hmm.
But
that much I could tell you.
And I say this, right? They're trying to tell that. Well, I hear Black people in America saying that we don't have a culture.
Who don't have a culture? We don't have a culture?
Yeah, we don't have.
Black Americans, we don't have a culture.
We are the
I
culture.
keep hearing.
Bro, we dictate the culture.
I keep hearing Black people say that we don't have a culture,
Mm.
right? This I don't agree with.
Mhm.
And I don't agree with it because we have a culture. Only the bad thing about the culture that we have is when they see it, they make us ashamed of our own culture.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So we say, oh no, we don't want no parts of that. I mean, listen.
Are you talking about
now? This is just
from the entertainment perspective? Or are you
talking
talking
about
about from the business perspective? How are you speaking about that? Which perspective are you looking at it
as
from?
far as what?
The culture.
The culture.
You mean what?
When you say that, when they
heard
show it
Black
to
people.
you say, oh, we don't want to be. What are you talking about?
I'm
What
talking
is it
about,
that they show?
all the stuff. I mean, the food, the dancing. I mean, come on, we can go way back. I'm almost sure Black people made up tap dancing. I'm not sure, but I'm almost sure. I would bet.
We can research
that.
that.
I'm not a gambler, but I
Listen,
would bet
listen,
that Black
we
people
can
probably made
research.
up.
We can
Yeah,
research
tap
that.
Bro, I don't know what you're talking about. The
jazz.
food. We own food.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying to you. But then,
I mean,
do you know how many Black people say I don't eat that? I don't eat that stuff.
Now,
And you know what I tell him?
I don't eat
I
chitlins.
eat it.
Yeah,
I don't eat
Hey, listen,
chitlins.
listen.
No,
I
I don't
eat
listen to
chitlins.
chitlins, man. But
Well,
I do.
listen,
I will have me some
but
fried
see,
chicken every once in a
but
while.
I think that's why
Everybody loves fried chicken.
Listen,
Yeah,
listen.
but they try to make us
Everybody
ashamed that we
eats
like,
chicken loves fried chicken.
and they
But
try
I
to
never
make
had-
us think that we shouldn't like watermelon.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
Everybody
saying?
loves water.
I know one
Everybody that
thing.
eats
I
watermelon
love watermelon.
loves
Yeah.
watermelon.
And
But
fried chicken.
I think
Everybody that eats watermelon loves watermelon.
You remember
black,
when the black
white,
girls had
Hispanic,
the
doesn't
shakes
matter.
and stuff?
That's true.
All,
That's
all
true.
that stuff, and
I
they made
think
us
people in
hate,
California
they
love
made us
watermelon.
hate what we do.
Mm.
But
But we
I think
have
I think
we have
what
a culture.
what you're specifically talking about, as far as culture,
Mhm.
I think this is the reason why history is so important to our
Mhm,
black
mhm,
brothers and
mhm,
sisters.
mhm.
Because without our history,
Mhm.
there is no culture.
Mhm,
And I
mhm,
think
mhm.
this is why this administration is trying to cut it out, because they want to eliminate us by lack of education.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
if
mhm.
we allow that to happen, what's that age-old adage? How it go? Oh, he who forgets history is doomed to repeat it.
Mhm.
Yep,
That's exactly what's going to happen.
that's
Mhm.
absolutely.
So we got to get back to walking that fine line, because look, we come from an ancestry that's historical, man.
Mm-hmm,
It's legendary.
mm-hmm.
We are. They say you stand on the shoulder of giants.
Yep.
Okay, we are a generation.
Like unprecedented. Like
Yeah.
the stuff we did, nobody else never did.
No,
Never,
No.
never in history.
we have left a mark on this country that will never,
Country, the world.
in the world,
Mhm,
that
yeah.
will never, ever, ever be erased. There's a faction right now, the devil is trying to erase it.
Mhm,
But God says, you can't erase this.
mhm.
This is my fingerprint.
Yeah, that's it.
I did
That's
this.
right. Okay.
Because God always has a standard,
Yeah.
and he always raises his people up to a standard.
Hallelujah.
Always. And then he says, I always have a remnant.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So we got to get back to that point where, hey man, what happened with us, we got to get back to that point where we was like, that's wrong.
Mhm.
This is right.
Right.
My brother, I'm not coming at you.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to offend you in any way, shape, or form, but I want you to understand that you're going down the wrong road.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
got to get back to that point.
Mhm.
But
We
people
gotta get
take
back to
money
that.
to trick other people, other black people into believing some of the lies that they put out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, why do you think the rap music is just getting worse and worse and worse? And the prisons are getting more full and more full and more full, and the young brothers is out here dying. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's because of a lot of this music, man. The music is a part. The music is a big part of what's killing America,
Mhm.
black people today.
In Black America.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
They're embracing the wrong idea.
Right.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
They're embracing the wrong
Yeah.
idea.
Sure.
I think that let's take Huey Newton for a minute. You know, the founder of the Black Panther.
Yo,
right?
brilliant brother. I believe
All
he was
right.
a law student.
Now,
I don't know if he ever became a lawyer, but I believe he was a law
I
student.
do have
I
a
read
flashcard
this
for him, too.
story. I read this article. I'm gonna try to be real quick with this. I read this article about his niece. His niece.
Yeah, no, he goes, man.
His niece. She supports Trump.
Mm.
And when I heard that, I was like,
Who supports Trump?
his niece,
His niece.
Whose niece?
Huey Newton's.
Oh, Huey Newton's niece supports Trump. Okay, go ahead.
When I read that, I was like, nah, he would not be in favor of this.
Mhm.
Because if you look at everything that the original Black Panther Party tried to do and what they were fighting for, Trump does not stand in league with.
Mhm.
So as an African American, why would you support his policies
But-
when his policies is trying to eliminate your people?
Yeah, but like
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
like I said last week, and I know y'all, and the reason why I was going to say that I'm putting my foot in my mouth because I didn't think that y'all were going to give me a chance to explain what it
We
was
did
that I
give you a
was saying.
chance.
Yeah, but I told you why I said I was going to put my foot in my mouth
Right.
because I thought y'all wouldn't let me,
Right.
say what I'm saying. I thought y'all would cut me off, but y'all didn't, believe it or not. But anyway,
It's not what we do.
like I'm saying, right now when he came out and did something with the Food and Drug Administration, right?
Mhm.
What did he actually do because that needed to be changed. That needed to be changed. If he did something to change that, then that's a good thing too. But now if he did,
what did he do?
But he did fire some people from the FDA. He got a new guy. He put a new guy, I think, in the FDA, and it needed to be a new guy.
Changing personnel does not change policy.
I understand that. That's factual. Everything that you're saying is a fact, right? But I'm saying,
yeah, praise God, hallelujah.
I'm saying this. It needed to be fixed. Right?
But he didn't fix it.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what
I hear what you're saying.
It needed to be fixed.
Go ahead.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I respect the fact that he realized that it needed to be fixed. So he tried to do something. Now, I'm not going to say what he did. And just like I said last week, I'm not saying what he did worked. But I'm saying that at least he did take a look at these things. Come on, man. How are you going to have the same administration over the food that drives us to the medicine that kills us?
Oh,
you
man.
understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The chemicals from the food drive us to the medicine, right? So how are you going to have the same people over the same? You should have a food administration and a drug administration.
It's called the Food and Drug Administration.
That's what I'm saying. It should not be a food and drug administration, because then you're getting paid from the chemicals that you sell for the crap that you're putting out, right? Because in a lot of other countries, you can't put these chemicals in their stuff. They won't allow it. It's illegal in other countries to put some of the stuff in the food that they're putting in our food, right? And the drugs, we all know. You ever seen a drug commercial? Mm-hmm. You ever hear the side effects that they have to name?
Do
you understand what I'm saying? Why there should be two separate things?
You know what? That's a good
one should be food, one should be drug, but not food and drug, because that just you're getting paid twice.
See, at the same time,
am I making any sense at all?
I'm listening to what you're saying.
Yeah, at the same time, just because the names are together, that don't mean it's still two separate agendas.
But
just because the names are together, that don't mean the same people in the drug administration
is over the same two different offices.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's the same. It's food and drug administration.
I get it.
And I believe personally that they should be two separate things, because I mean, first of all, you have to make some of these chemicals illegal to put in your citizens' bodies. Mm-hmm. You should make these chemicals should be illegal. You should not be able to put these chemicals in people, right? These drugs are also very dangerous. Drugs are killing people. So you got the food taking you to the drugs. You got the drugs. You know what I'm saying?
But
killing.
Everything today contains some sort of chemicals.
Yeah, but the chemical is not the situation. I'm talking about the good chemical or bad chemical. I'm sure you got good chemicals.
You could.
But we're talking about the bad chemicals.
But even so, I'm just saying that today, if you go to the supermarket today and you look at chicken wings today, chicken legs. Mm-hmm. The chicken legs look like, man, they've been working out.
Some of them look like turkey legs.
Some of them got monsters.
Some of them look like turkey legs.
But we
that's probably the hormones.
But then you got the organic, chickens that been fed with just
and some of that organic is a ripoff as well. So we catching it from either way.
It's a little bit better, but
you gotta be. I think it's important for the person who's buying to understand and I think they display this in the food administration. They
removed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but they used to say, well, this can cause this, which is
they took a lot of that.
Yeah, a lot of that. But I'm just saying, with organic stuff that's not pesticide or
that's what we need to
supposed
do.
To be. And I think that's why a lot of people choose organic. But at the same time, organic stuff costs more.
Costs a lot more. But see, that's where our culture comes in, because we have kind of always been that group of people that have been like, hey, y'all keep that, we'll do our own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
y'all keep y'all chickens, I'm gonna raise my own.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
And I think that's what a lot of
the food,
but a lot of us, and that's
because you talked about the food, and one of the things we do, bro, you know this.
Yeah.
We get down in the kitchen, man. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Black people can cook.
Come on.
That's all I can say.
We know how
Black people can cook.
Make it tasty.
Yeah. We can season some stuff, man. You swear you was,
Bro. Tastes so good, you be saying right on.
Nah.
Speaking of right on, the black fist raised.
Hey, no. But listen at this. Listen at this.
You
Listen
do
at
that,
this.
you try
I'm
to-
gonna do this really quick,
Yeah,
right?
'cause
Right.
you only got like
Really quick.
6 minutes.
Yeah,
I
please.
heard that the black farmers in
Mhm.
America
Mhm.
has gotten their land taken away.
Some of them have.
Some of
Yes.
Right
Yes,
now, are they
some of 'em.
paying them to not farm? How are they making their income if you're taking their land? Who's taking their land away? The American people are taking their land away, and if so, why are they taking black people's land?
Some of them are being. Some people, black farmers, are having their lands confiscated, partially confiscated, or a portion of their land confiscated by the government.
Why?
Because the government is having projects go through their land, and so they offer them a payment.
Projects like the projects?
No,
No.
projects like underground piping
Oh,
and
okay,
stuff
okay.
like that.
Stuff like that. Government project.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, I
government
get it.
projects.
I thought you meant
Going
like
through their land.
projects.
And then
Like move it on. No.
I've said this for a
That's
number.
George
I've,
Jefferson. You know
I
that.
said this on a number of
Good
occasions.
job.
Good times.
I said this on a number of occasions. This country is being sold out. We had this podcast session before. Is Trump selling out America?
Yeah.
Turns out he is.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just Trump though.
No.
This goes all the way back. This goes all the way back. So the American people, if there's any time to come together, now is the time.
Yeah, we do.
Now is the time. If there's any time to say, hey, listen, let's set aside our differences, now is that time. And for African Americans, for this to be Black American History Month, I got to tell you like this. We got to stop with the infighting, stop with the attitude and holding grudges and all that stuff, and stop with the being angry because we're angry. Stop with the crab in the barrel mentality.
Mm-hmm.
We got to stop with that. We got to get back to the each one, reach one, so that we can teach one.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get back to that each one, reach one. So we
Yeah,
can
but
teach
I
one.
say quickly, just focus on what you do agree, because there got to be something that you do agree on.
How can two
Just
walk
focus on
together
that.
unless they agree?
Agree, yeah.
Come on, man. We got to keep that simple. Unity. When we're unified, we do things like we stand for the same cause,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. Especially
No matter
with-
what we
especially
disagree
with the
about.
Olympics in 1968, you could read that now.
Yeah, all right.
They still for
So
something.
demonstration conducted by African-American athletes, Tommy Smith and John Carlos, after winning gold and bronze medals, each athlete raised a black glove fist and kept them raised until the national anthem finished.
Mm.
That was their form
Mm-hmm.
of protest. That's when, say it loud, we're black and we're proud. Man, that the black fist raised.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's
So
it.
we have our ways of being. I said it before. Everybody has a portion of rebellion in them.
Mhm.
It's how you allow God to show you how to use it.
What I did like about that, just really quickly, they did it on a platform.
Yes,
where
they
the
did.
world could see.
See it, yeah,
The world could see. it,
yeah,
because they was in the Olympics.
yeah. They was,
1968.
and they caught backlash behind it.
Oh yeah.
But let me finish reading this. It
Yeah.
says they wore human rights badges on their jackets.
Mhm.
Over and above winning medals, these athletes made names for themselves by an act of racial protest. The raising of the Black Power fist stood for those against the political and racial injustice in America. Smith and Carlos received death threats from racist Americans for making the gesture. The gesture in American backlash can be compared to modern day feelings of Colin Kaepernick, who kneeled during the national anthem for similar reasons.
Mhm.
Remember, man,
Kyrie.
we all have to take that stand against injustice.
Yeah.
We all have to take that universal stand against corruption.
Yes.
When you have corruption at the highest level, it's not going to trickle down. It's going to explode. It's going to flow,
Mhm.
because they're going to be like, well, what's the point?
Mhm.
If it's happening there, what's the point? What's the
Mhm.
point of me trying to do what's right if they don't care about doing what's right?
Right.
But God says it doesn't matter
Mhm.
what your leaders are doing that's wrong.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take care of them. You do what's right,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because God can take you and put you in their position.
Mhm.
The
Absolutely.
problem ain't the person that you think is doing what's wrong.
Mhm.
The problem is how you are looking at it. Are you falling in line because they're doing what's wrong, so you're going to do what's wrong?
Right.
Are you taking a stand to do what's right, even though they're doing what's wrong?
Mhm.
We got to do what's that's not what the line from Do the Right Thing. Doctor,
Doctor,
always do the right thing.
always do the right thing.
That's
it.
where we at, man.
So,
We all held accountable.
Yep, we all held accountable. So I think I just like to remind people to just look up these people, our audience. You could look them up, Google them. Carter G. Woodson.
Yeah.
And,
They can go to what's that?
Claudette.
Urbanintellectuals.com.
Yeah, urbanintellectuals.com.
This is excellent, man. Excellent.
Yeah. So
You gonna bring some more next week?
yep, we're definitely gonna do it. We're gonna do it for this whole month.
Praise
man.
the Lord.
We'll do it for this whole month.
Praise him.
And I got different volumes. This is just the first volume. The second volume includes women, Black history. The third volume, I think, is more technology.
Okay.
The people, engineers, artists
Mm-hmm.
who contribute to Black history.
Mm-hmm.
The third one is
Oh, we got a lot to cover.
yes. The third one is like people from before 1492.
Mm-hmm.
They try to hit on people.
That's where I'm at. That's I love that kind of history.
That history.
I love that kind
I'm
of
like,
history. Boy.
Wow, there's some names in there I couldn't even pronounce. But
I wanna hear that.
and the fifth volume I think is Latin in the Caribbean is the Caribbean.
There's a
Latin.
rich history there.
Yeah,
Rich
there's
history.
history
Rich history
there
there.
too. So-
Tupac Amaru in Peru.
Mhm. So we got it's a lot of history as far as Black history is
Nice.
concerned.
Nice.
But that'll be it for us today.
Yes,
And
sir.
I just remind you to our honorees. Was that Claudette
Colvin.
Claudette Colvin and Carter G. Woodson.
You gotta
And,
get that book. man.
Look, you can even that book. What is the book again?
The miseducation
Yeah,
of the
Miseducation
Negro.
of the Negro. And yeah, definitely you can check that book out. And even our brothers Smith and Carlos from took a stance. There's even information on that on protesting because there's a lot of protests going on today
Mm-hmm.
as far as administration. So
Keep it going, people.
Yeah, just like you said, it's togetherness. We all got to stick together on this thing and do what's right for this country
Amen.
and for the people. So I guess this is for Rob, Lil Lion, Ronald McConaughey, Matt, myself, Sean Wilson. It's Open Up Forum. We out. Peace.
Peace.